Hello everyone, greetings for the day and welcome back. In the last lecture, we saw some general method to square any number. Now, this general method used the application of a plus b whole square, and with this, we did two sort of number, like some two digits number like 72, 38, 48, like that, and some three digit numbers also like 112, 191. Means in this, only care you should have taken that how we make the partition. Like in 112, whatever be the partition sort, that will never be a problem. Like whether you make like this or you make like this, it was never a problem. In 191 also same thing, whether you make partition from here or you make partition from here, there was no trouble. But later we ended up stating the limitation of this. Like suppose a number is 798, and in this, if you try to make partition from here, like 7 partition 98 or 79 partition 8, both of this will put you up into trouble, because 98 square you might not be knowing and 79 square you might not be knowing. And this motivated us to go to our next topic, or another method what we should be devising so the squaring such numbers become easy. And so today is that method modification we will be studying, like the general method, and today's the topic number 3 as per our plan, which states method modification. Fine. So starting with this, so in our method modification, we in general method we started up with a plus b whole square, and in method modification we will be using another formula, which is a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. Now let me remind you one small thing, that some people might be feeling that suppose if there is a 3-digit number like 7198, can we use in this the formula of a plus b plus c whole square and make partition like a square, b square, c square, 2ab, 2bc and 2ca? Yes, you can do this, but in this the problem will come that you will have to keep the track of number of zeros, because these balancing lines, whatever we generally put over here, 1 2 3, so it means only one thing, that suppose if I'm writing as some 7 bar, this means that after this line there has to be 2, or this means 7 is equivalent to 700, means 2 zeros. But in this, as you know, this after expanding this, you have to write this as 700 plus 90 plus 8, and then you will have to square it. So to keep a track of number of zeros such that you can put it back in this formula will be difficult. So this method, yes, you can definitely use it, you will get the answer, but it will not be very much economical in terms of space and the time what you will be needing. So that's the reason why this is not being promoted over here. But yes, just as a sake of an exercise, you can surely do it and you will get the answer. That's not an issue at all. Now we'll be talking about this. So just before we apply this to our numbers, let us have a small discussion over this. So I guess everyone of you must be knowing this formula, where a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b, the product of two digits. Can we write this as a square is equal to a plus b, a minus b plus b square? I have done nothing, I have just took this b square and brought it to the right hand side by changing the sign. Now you must be wondering why we are doing such sort of adjustments and how this gonna be of help to us. So let me first teach you how to apply this, or what advantage does this equation will give us. So if we closely see this formula, like a square is equal to a plus, allow me to write epsilon instead of b, because that will be easier for me to teach you something. Okay, so in this, I hope this is very much clear. It will become a square minus epsilon square, and epsilon square minus epsilon square will balance with plus epsilon square, so both sides are equal. Now in this, with a very careful observation, you can see that this term is independent of epsilon. Independent of epsilon. So you are free to choose any value of epsilon. So now our aim will be to choose such value of epsilon that this right hand side calculation will become easier comparative to do the multiplication of left hand side. I will be leading you with an example. Suppose we are asked to find 38 square. You might have seen, generally start with smaller numbers, and once the concept is built up, we go for the higher numbers. So when we are learning how to apply this formula, then yes, we are going with a smaller number. You might feel that multiplying 38 cross 38 and writing 1444 is not a very big thing, but I have to tell you how we are applying this particular formula over here. Okay, so this 38 square is A. So can we write this as 38 plus epsilon and 38 minus epsilon plus epsilon square? Now let me remind you that this writing is not necessary, but for the sake of explaining, right now I'm writing it. And in next steps, we will be ignoring this step and doing most of the things mentally. Now in this you can see we are free to choose any value of epsilon. Now let us choose the value of epsilon as 8, because I can very well see that if I choose the value of epsilon as 8, then our right hand side will become 30 cross 46 plus 8 square. Now you can very well do the multiplication of this. If you are facing any trouble, then let me help you. I will be seeing this multiplication as 3 into 10 and 40 plus 6. So I can very well see that 3 times 40 is 120 and 3 times 6 is 18. So 120 plus 18 is 138, 138, and this 10 will put a 0, whereas this 8 square is 64. So very well you can see this is 144 and 4. So the number will be 1444. This will be the answer. Now by putting value of epsilon over here, we have just simplified this multiplication, and because we can do this multiplication mentally rather than doing 38 cross 38, whatsoever be method you use. But doing this multiplication mentally would be slightly trickier than doing this multiplication where you can see most of the numbers coming itself. So this is one option. Okay, can we take any other value of epsilon? Yes, you can. You are free to do choose any value of epsilon and try it. Now how to see this method in a slightly different fashion, I will just tell you. Suppose I have a number, suppose that number is 42. So in this formula you might have seen that 42 plus epsilon, 42 minus epsilon plus epsilon square. So what I will be doing, I will be subtracting this number with some epsilon, I will be increasing this number with some epsilon, and then finally I will be adding the epsilon square in here. Okay, suppose what I can see that if I reduce this by 2, then the multiplication will become easier. So reducing this by 2, if I put epsilon as 2, we can very well see that this 42 will drop to 40 and this will become 44, and then multiplication of these two is very simpler. So this so I will be doing this multiplication as 1600, means this I am seeing this as 40 plus 4. So and when I will be multiplying with this 4 cross 10, it will be 1600 plus 160. So it's 1760 and plus 4. So this will come as 1764. Okay. So I hope this is very much clear to you. So you just have to drop it by some number, you have to increase it by some number, and then you just multiply these two and then add the square of it. Okay. So this is the basis of doing any such calculation. You can do any number. Let us take 41 square. So it will be 40 cross 42, and then it will, and then plus 1 square. So it will finally come as 1681. Okay. You can just have a check. This is 1600 plus 8 plus 1. Okay, 1600. You can just have a check. This will be okay. Okay, so this is one sort of thing. Now coming back to our discussion, what we have done in our previous lecture. So like if you remember, then I motivated you guys to remember squares of number till 24, stating that any number in the range of 0 to 50 till 25, if you remember these numbers, so any number around 50 means 50 minus x or 50 plus x can be written in the form of some adjustment done to 50, means last two digits will be the number of this x square, and there will be some other numbers which we have to discuss. So today what we will be doing, we will be studying how to find these or how to get square using this formula. Okay, now the number what we started with was 38. So 38 square we wrote as 38 plus epsilon, 38 minus epsilon plus epsilon square, and first case we took epsilon as 8 to make it as 30, this term as 30. But as we have discussed earlier and as I have just mentioned, we will be trying to make it something closer to 50. Okay, so let us take how far is this 38 from 50, means on the number line, if this is 50, this is 25, this is 0. Do you remember the values of square till here? So 38 will be somewhere here and you have to find this value of x. So you can very well see that x is minus 12. So we can put this value over here. So what will come? It will come as 38 minus 12. It is coming 50 plus 12 square. Now this particular thing, I will do a small mathematical jugglery. I will write it as 38 minus 12 into 100 by 2. And I hope you can understand what I have done. I have multiplied and divided by 2. And you will also have a question in your mind, why we are doing such sort of things when I can directly multiply 38 and write the answer, because this will generate a method which we will be using for most of our things. So it is very important to see the derivation for once. So now this term, I can write it as 50 minus 12 minus 12. Means this 38 I have written as 50 minus 12, and this minus 12 is minus 12 by 2. And now this 100, I will write this like this as 2. Now this is the concept of balancing line, and writing 2 over here means that if a line is having 2 written over here, then it has two meanings. First meaning is that the number on the left side is multiplied with 10 to the power 2, and second thing, that on the right hand side there will be two digits which will be not be affected because of these two zeros. Means suppose if there is a number like 3800 and you add any two digit number to it, 72, you can see the 72 is not at all be changing because of these two zeros, and this will directly add up to 72 and this 38 will top over 38. So similarly, writing this as balancing line, we can write this. Now on the very next step, what we can see this, I will be putting this 2 inside and it will become 25 minus 12, 2 and 12 square. I hope you are able to understand this. I have put this 12 inside, this 50 becomes 25 and this 2 times 12 becomes 12. So this 38 square, I am writing this, where this, now just have a check over this and you can very well see that this is x, this 12 is this number, this is 50, this is 25, this is 38 and this 12 is this x, means whatever this means minus 12. So this minus 12 is same thing. Okay, and this sort of formula we can remember. So now generalizing this formula, we can write that any number, like suppose if I write 50 plus right now it was minus x, so 50 minus x square, we can write it as 25 minus x with a 2 and then x square. Now the meaning of this 2 I have just explained that on the right hand side there will be only two digits which will not be affected of x square, and other numbers has to be carried over. Okay, so similarly, if instead of minus you put plus, here also it will come plus and nothing else will change. What I mean to say, that earlier we have seen 38 where x was minus 12, but where same case if you will see 62 there x will be 12 and no other change will come into this other than the change of this sign. Okay, so now let us see how this particular understanding will help us to write the values of square quickly. So suppose if anyone will ask me to write the square value of 37, I will write it in two ways. What I will see, first I will see here will be two digits. I will try to see how far this 37 is from 50. Means if this is 50, this is 37, I will try to find out what this x is. So I can very well see that this x is 13, minus 13. Then I will see this minus 13, I will have to add 25 in this, and you can very well see it is 12. It is 12, not 22, it's 12. 25 minus 13 is 12. So first part of this will consist of this number, which I have to write over here. So I will straightforward write 12. At the same time, I will see the last two digit has to do with the square of this difference, which is x square, means 13 square, and it is 169. But as 169 is of 3 digits, so only 2 digits will be written over here and 1 will be carried over here, and we can finally write is 1369. Now a slight practice of this method will allow you to write square of any such numbers very quickly. Just see, instead of 37, if someone would have given you 63, if someone will give me the value as 63, I can still see the difference from 50 is plus 13. I will add 25 in this, so it's 38 and it's 169 here as it was 2. So this one will go over here because this last two digit will be 13 square, and I will write is at 3969. Okay, I guess now you are able to understand this. Fine. Now let me tell you something more. Some more examples you can see. Like suppose if someone is telling you 42 square, I can very well see this as it is 8 less. So 25 minus 8 is 17 and 8 square is 64. So this is 1764. This is minus 8. So 25 minus 8 is 17 and 8 square is 64, only 2 digits. So I am directly writing. Similarly 45 square, you can see it's 5 less. So 25 minus 5 is 20 and 5 square is 25. So very quickly you can write all such numbers, whether that be less than 50 or whether that be more than 50. So with this method, I like what we have just learned, we can see that there is an entire range of numbers what we have covered. So from 0 to 25, I motivated you people to remember. Now if you take 50 as your center, so what maximum, as you remember the value till 24 square, so you can do this value of x. So 25 minus 24 till 26. So this range is done. At the same time, in terms of plus x, if you are going adding plus 24, so till 74 you can go. So from 0 to 74 you can easily write square of all numbers. Same understanding by the use of formula that 50 plus minus x whole square is equal to 25 plus minus x with a 2 and x square. Now I will ask you to use the same logic of derivation what I have just explained you to its next digit, that instead of 50, if I write 500 plus minus x, it will be same thing, it will come as 250 plus minus x, but instead of 2 it will come as 3 and x square. Same way. So this formula will allow us to write the values as 500 plus 24 minus 24, means in the range of 475 to 525 you can write all the squares of values. Fine, I hope this is clear to you. So we have learned one thing. Now same logic what we have used, we will be using for numbers around 100. Means suppose if there is a number given as 112 and you have to write it as 112 plus epsilon, 112 minus epsilon plus epsilon square. You can take epsilon as 12 and you can very straightforward see this. It will come as 100 into 112 plus 12 epsilon square. Now this 100 can be removed with a balancing line and put over here 2. So you can very well see that if a number is given, now writing simplifying this as 100 plus 2x, there is 2 and epsilon square, means epsilon square as in x square. Okay, so suppose if a number will be given to me like 112, what I will do quickly, I will just tell you. I will suppose if a number is given to me as 112, so I will just see that this particular number will also be made up of two parts. First part, how away this number is from 100. So I can see this is plus 12. So I will add this 12 again in this number, or I will add 2x over here, which will be 124, and last two digits will be 12 square, which is 144. As this is 2, only 2 digits will remain, and this number will go over here, so it will become 125.44. Okay, I just want to show you one more example which is less than 100. Suppose a number is given to me as 98 square. I will see how far is this number from 100. I can see this is minus 2, so I will write 100 minus 2 times 2, and then over here, as this 2 digit, I will write 2 square. This is minus 2 square. Now in this, a slight care has to be taken that this, I guess every one of you can see, this is 98 minus 2 only, so it's 96, whereas this is 4. So kindly don't write 4, because you are supposed to write 2 digits, so you will make it 2 digits by putting a 0. There is no carry, but you have to adjust these 2 digits by putting a 0, and your answer will be 9604. So I hope this logic you can use to find any number, square of any number nearby 100. So if this is your 100, so you can go till 100 minus 24, which is 75. Sorry, 100 minus 24 is 74, but I hope every one of you be knowing 75 square, or I will be discussing special tricks in next topic. And 100 plus 25, which you will go to 124, and 125 you know, so this range will also get covered. Okay, so just summarizing everything up, what we have studied in today's class is that we have seen the modified method. So in modified method, we have seen the application of a square as a square plus epsilon, a plus epsilon, a minus epsilon plus epsilon square. As you were free to choose any value of epsilon, we chose and we derived 4 formulas. First formula was 50 plus minus x whole square will consist of 2 parts. First part will be 25 plus minus x, and this part will be x square, and here it will be 2, means here will be 2 digits. Same, it can be extended to one more step till around 500 plus minus x whole square was 250 plus minus x, here it will be coming 3, and x square. This 3 means there will be 3 digits on the right hand side. Then same logic what we used for 100 plus minus x whole square as 100 plus minus 2x with 2 over here x square, and same logic can be extended for 1000 also. Plus minus x over square is equal to 1000 plus or minus 2x 3 times x square. So this will facilitate you in writing the values of any number around 50 and 500, and this will facilitate you for 100 and 1000, means this 25 thing, plus minus x, and x value you know till 24, so till 25 you can very well be getting. Now one more thing I just wanted to talk in this particular topic, and that is symmetry of 25, because just now we have be able to remember the squares from 0 till 75 by our logic, means till 0 to 24 you were knowing, and then by this plus minus x around 50 you can see you can go from here to here till 75. So one small observation what I have to point out is this, that is called symmetry of 25. Now what is the symmetry of 25 is that if you write 25 square, you can see it is coming 625. Now if you see square of 24 and square of 26, so square of 24 is 576, whereas square of 24 is 576, square of 26 is 676. So the observation is that if I am going minus 1, means on the left side, from 25 I am going to 24, and I am adding 100 in this, means multiple of this 100 times this. So whatever number we are getting is the square of plus 1 side. Means 25 is the line of symmetry with some adjustment. Is this only true for 24? Let us see. No, it is not so, by the way. If you see for 23 square, it is 529, which is 2 less from 25, minus 2. If you add 200 to this number, it will become 729, and this is square of 27. Okay, this is 729. So you can very well keep checking this. It is true till 35, means it is true, means suppose if you want to go, suppose here is the 25, you want to go suppose some 7 below, 7 minus 7, so it will come around 18. So 18 square is 324, and if you add 700, means multiple of this 700, you can see it will become 1024, and this should be equal to 25 plus 7, means 32 square, and you know that this is 1024 only. Okay, so this is what symmetry of 25, and by this you can remember all the things. Fine. So today's class we will be stopping till here, and today's learning are a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. This application you have seen how to use it. You have seen 50 plus minus x whole square, just expanded, like took it to one more step as 500 plus minus x whole square. Then you saw 100 plus minus x whole square and 1000 plus minus x whole square, and at last we concluded by seeing symmetry of 25. And with this we conclude our lectures today. So thank you guys. See you in the next lecture. Kaatil Kabootar signing off. Till then, Jai Hind.